This week, we're going to be focused on doing some visual mastery mapping. We're going to start with just understanding the core fundamentals of running a technology company. So, we're going to document this, we're going to run this, and we're going to look at different ways to think about maintenance and innovation and also setup. So, I like to start over here in Figma. We're going to just begin documenting where we're currently at. So today's session, again, it's about creating mastery, and it's just not built on top. It's actually built at the root. So let's talk about the roots of a technology team. So technology, zoom out a little bit. So we got our tech. So every tech has a series of different ways that you want to run a team. So one way that we want to run a team is we want to have maintenance, and maintenance of whatever we built, we want it to actually work. We're going to have innovating and solving new problems and new challenges and new ideas. And then we have setup and onboarding. And so we have to separate these things. Boom, boom, boom. Innovation, maintenance, setup, and onboarding. Now, in order to run these three pillars successfully, because each of them are needed for different series of things, we're going to need a series of systems. So we have systems, we have schedules, rituals. So for this technology that we're building, we have the need for there to be setup and onboarding. There's maintenance and just making sure you're maintaining the scenarios, and then you're innovating on new problems, new questions, new ideas. Now, for all of these things that come into a company, there has to be ways to organize all of this work. So organizing the work coming in, that might be a system. If you're organizing something coming in, what the heck is it and how does it work? And those are things that we would want to know. Remember, if we're going to run a technology company, we want to understand how it functions. So an other side of more of the operationals thing is the actual role or needs, which we'll just call them customer needs. We have business needs, we have the output needs, and input needs. So we have customers, and we'll do input. So another way to look at this is when we're building something and we're looking through the setup, we're looking through maintenance, we're looking through innovation, and we're leveraging the systems, the schedules, the rituals, and routines to execute on a weekly, daily, and monthly basis. We also have to have a grip and an understanding of customer needs, inputs. The same thing goes for any designer, engineer, marketer. You get input, you need output. And the better that you can understand what I'm about to show you next for a company is what's going to set you apart from most, where you stop becoming just a knower of your company to being a proactive acting like an owner. So let's look at what that looks like. Now that we have this system, we're going to add in 3 more boxes underneath. And the first one is we're going to understand our company drivers of success. And what is a driver of success? This could be when you do something, more customers, more goodness. Those things are obvious, but what are some of the drivers of success? What's something that works really good? And it could be a series of things. It could be how you manage an event, how you manage a festival, how you manage the results of a customer getting something and seeing the increase of value from it. Maybe it's a marketing campaign that worked really well. The story really hit with the customer, so it's like a great story, a narrative. All those things are different examples of drivers, but you want to make sure that you document the drivers of success for your company. The second thing that we want to do, we know what the success looks like. So this driver of success is like also what success looks like. Now let's make this smaller. Cool, so we know what success looks like. We also need to know where our benchmarks and goals. And we're gonna put benchmarks and goals just so we know like where the company is at, and so we know how to measure it and benchmark the things that matter most. So if we have benchmarks, we know what drives success. Then we manage excellence around communication, collaboration, execution. And I know this one's a lot bigger, but all three of these things are necessary when you're working and building a system or a team. We have to know what all of these things are so that when we get a new project and it's like, oh, wow, we got all these new things that we have to manage and intake, all these things around, it comes in. So all of them would come in to the circle, and then that circle would be able to travel many different paths into a bigger circle. And now that bigger circle starts to have dimension and value for the customer. And then this is like a tree, and when the tree grows up, it starts forming these rings. Now, as a business owner, you definitely want to be able to create really good systems and really good history. So as you build your company, you're building an incredible tree of foundation and learning. But that tree that you're growing, in its growth, at one point it started as, like I said, all these things all over the place, right? It might have been messy, it might have been confusing. But if we can circle it back to, at every company, there's set up an onboarding a new customer to your product. There's understand how you need to maintain and support them over a long period of time. So you might need resources to do that. Then there's the innovation bucket. You're going to have people that want to sprint ahead. These are like your forwards. These are your pitchers. They're people that are going to push the envelope forward. There's going to be people that want to help support and maintain and keep strong foundations. There's people that are going to be working with the new customers signing up. Then you got systems to support it, schedules, rituals, routines, customer needs, input needs, business, and output. Really, the output has got to be tied to the skills and disciplines of the person that is doing the work. So if you're like in design, you might learn this year how to do product, and you might learn how to do engineering. If you're in marketing, you might learn how to do program management. You're going to take on new roles the more that you develop your skills and the more you grow up. So when you have these output abilities, it doesn't matter what your job title is. What matters is what needs to get done for the business, and are you helping the company and the business get closer to what that might look like. That could be a presentation that you do. That could be solving a customer problem that you just found out about. That could be measuring a data point that you weren't measuring before, but now that you're measuring it, you know how to improve the company's ultimate success, and you can help people develop and get better. So I hope this is helpful. I hope you got something out of this little structure and mapping system. Remember, we're trying to build that root and that strong tree system, because when you come to it and you're looking at, oh yeah, what am I going to make today? You want a strong root. And my friends, this is a strong root. This is what a strong root looks like. And then around that, you start to build other disciplines and capacity, because you could literally just add to it. And if I could go really small here, and let's bring this over. So if it was design, could be engineering, could be marketing, client services, could be operations, could be strategy, research, could be, you've all these different skills that are going to end up making an incredible technology company. But what we do need is we need solid, sound, fundamental, and undeniable better systems, better schedules, better rituals, better routines, understanding our customer needs, understanding the inputs, the outputs, the business needs. And it's going to be just an awesome day of building products and services and technology. So hope you enjoyed this, and we'll see you in the next one. We'll go get it. It's time for some extra mastery. So let's go get it.